everyone, this week I'll continue to discuss look ahead. Now if you haven't already seen last week's video, I strongly suggest that you watch that first before continuing with this video. Today I'll be going into a much more detailed explanation of look ahead, but first I want to mention one quick but fundamental point. Possibly the most important thing for good look ahead is that you know every F12 case from every angle. If you know your F12 cases, then you should be able to do them all without even looking. And as you'll soon find out, that is essential to having good look ahead. For now, I'm going to give you an overview of everything that's going through my head while solving the first two layers. So, during a solve, your first step is to recognize your entire F12 case. Now, this includes not only the two pieces that make up the pair, but also all of the surrounding slots and pieces. Just for example, if you're on your first F12 pair and there are 4 free slots open, then you should recognize that and use that to your advantage, since there are usually several ways you can solve each case. However, if you're on your last F12 pair and you only have one open slot, you must compensate for this by adjusting how you pair up and insert your F12 pair. Again, your first step in look ahead during your first two layers is to recognize your entire F12 case. Now, once you recognize that case and you know exactly how to solve it, look away from those two pieces that make up that pair altogether. At this point, you should begin to solve that case without further consideration. This is essentially solving the case without looking, except that you are looking, just not at the pieces that you are currently solving. And that is why I put so much emphasis on knowing how to solve each case without looking. Next, while you are still turning the cube to solve that pair, you should be searching around the cube for the pieces to your next F12 pair. Now, most of the time there will be several different pairs that you can choose from. You have to very quickly decide which pair is best for that current situation. Judgment in these situations can really only be improved on with practice and experience. Furthermore, you must either track those pieces to your next pair or predict where those pieces will end up after completing the pair that you are currently working on. Finally, you must recognize your next case and repeat this entire process over again until you finished your first two layers. Now, this may all seem like a lot to do, but when you break it down, it really is only a few steps. So now that you have a better understanding of the process of look ahead, I want to do a few F12 walkthrough solves. Again, I'll try to explain my entire thought process pertaining to look ahead. If you want to follow along, then make sure to scramble with green in front and yellow on top so that the white cross is already finished. So here is the first scramble. So the first pair that I'll do is this red-blue pair. It has to be inserted back here, and I know quite easily how to do it. It's not a very difficult case, so I'll do that very slowly, and I'll try to find the pieces to my next F12 pair. So right away, I see these two, which are already matched up in this case, and while I'm still solving, I see these two. So right away, I know where these are, and with no delay, I can get into this pair. So I know how to solve this as well. Again, not a very difficult case. So I'm turning, I see this, and I know that this piece is right here. So I'm tracking this piece. I know this will continue to stay here, it won't move. And I see this case right away, so I know how to solve this. Now I see these two pieces, so I'm still solving this. I see that this ends up like this, and right away I can go and solve this pair as well. Alright, so here is the next scramble. So I see these two pieces, they will be my first pair. I know how to solve them. I need to first pair them up, then insert it. It's fairly easy, so I'll do that very slowly and look for the pieces to my next pair. Right? So I see this piece, and I see these two, and I see that these two will be split up, so I will do these. I know that they have to be inserted back here, so I'll do a cube rotation and start solving that as well. Now I see this piece and this piece, as well as this piece. So I'll do this pair while tracking these two pieces. Alright, so I know this is here, and I see that this ends up right here. So I will take this out and insert. Alright, so here is the last scramble. So the first pair that I'm going to do is the green and orange pair. They have to be inserted right here, and I know how to solve this. Again, it's not too difficult, so I'm going to do a cube rotation and start solving that while looking around the cube for the pieces to my next pair. So I see these two pieces while I'm still turning, and I track where those end up, and right away I go into this pair and repeat the process. So I see these two, alright, but I also see these two. So this isn't a great case either way, but I'm going to do these two. So I'm going to do it like this, and while tracking these two pieces, alright. So I see where they end up, and this is quite easy now. I can simply insert it. So hopefully those walkthrough solves will help you better understand the process of lookahead. In my next few videos, I'll be discussing further applications for lookahead, as well as how to practice and improve on your lookahead. So that is all for this video. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them all as soon as possible. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.